Hello students, in this video continuation of exercise problems 3.17. So read the question carefully. Figure 3.21 shows the xt plot of one dimensional motion of a particle. Okay, this is the figure 3.21. This graph shows the x means displacement versus time graph. Okay, so displacement versus time graph of one dimensional motion of a particle. One particle is in one dimensional motion. We will draw a xt graph, that is figure 3.21. So it is correct to say from the graph that the particle moves in a straight line for t less than 0. So at t less than 0 we can say that the particle moves in a straight line and on parabolic path of t greater than 0. When t is greater than 0, the path is parabolic. When t is less than 0, the path is straight line. From the graph we can say that that is correct or not. If not, suggest a suitable physical content for this graph. Okay, this is the graph displacement versus time. Okay, distance or displacement, t is time. When the particle is moving t less than 0, t less than 0 means here. So here what happened, observe carefully. Here time is increases. Okay, time is increases, but position of the particle is constant, means position of the particle is not changes up to here. Okay, time is increases but position of the particle is not changes after t is greater than 0. So t is greater than 0, what happened, position of the particle is changes, time is increases, so position of the particle or displacement is changes. We cannot say that t less than 0 is the particle moving in straight line, t greater than 0 particle is moving in parabolic path. But from the graph what we can say that t less than 0, t less than 0 the particle is in rest position. If t is greater than 0 the particle is in motion or position of the particle is changes, that we will explain. But t less than 0 the motion of the particle is straight line, t greater than 0 the motion of the particle is parabolic. We can't explain that. Answer no. It is wrong to say from the graph the particle moves in a straight line for t less than 0 and on a parabolic path for t greater than 0. So here answer is no. It means this graph does not explain whether t less than 0 the particle moves in straight line and t greater than 0 the path of the particle is parabolic. We can't explain that. But what we can explain, t less than 0. At t less than 0, the position of the particle is not changes. So we can say that the particle is in rest position. If t is greater than 0, the position of the particle is changes. What we can say that the particle is in motion. That we will explain. So graph can we represent motion of a freely falling particle dropped from a lower when we take its initial position or x equal 0 and t equal 0. So this graph is a motion of a freely falling particle at conditions x equal to 0, t equal to 0. X equal to 0, t equal to 0, the particle is in rest position. After some time what happened? Time is increases, the position of the particle is gradually changes. So from this graph we can easily explain. That is the answer. Next question 3.18. A police van moving on a highway with the speed of 30 km per hour. So speed of police van is 30 km per hour, fires a bullet at a thief car speeding away in the same direction with the speed of 192 km per hour. So this is the speed of thief car speeding same direction. So police van is in and thief car both are moving same direction, but thief car speed is 192 km per hour. This is the police van speed, this is the thief car speed, that is 192 km per hour. If the muzzle speed of bullet is 150 meter per second, here speed of the bullet is 150 meter per second. If the muzzle speed of the bullet is 150 meter per second, here speed of the bullet is fired by policeman. So the speed is bullet and person. Okay, the speed is not only bullet with respect to person. Okay, so the speed is 150 meter per second. Here speed is bullet with respect to person. With what speed does the bullet hit the thief car? We will find the speed of the bullet hit a thief car. Okay, first of all note down the data. So police van speed, so police van speed is denoted by letter VP. VP is the police van speed, that is 30 km per hour. Okay, next thief car speed is 192 km per hour, that is denoted by VT. Thief car speed is 192 km per hour. Next speed of the bullet with respect to policeman. So velocity bullet with respect to policeman is 150 meter per second. First of all units are converted into kilometer hour or meter per second. So these two are in kilometer per hour. So I am converting meter per second into kilometer per hour. So 150 into 1 meter equal to converted into kilometer 10 to the power of minus 3. Next to second 60 into 60 converted into hour. So 60 into 60, so that is converted into kilometer per hour. Okay, I am converting meter per second into kilometer per hour. So kilometer equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 per hour is 60 into 60. So here 15 into 6 into 6, total value 540 kilometer per hour. Okay, so speed of the bullet with respect to policeman is 540 kilometer per hour. Observe here VBT. So here speed is bullet with respect to person. So this is relative velocity. What is the formula for relative velocity? VAB equal to VA minus VB. So apply here VBP, relative velocity, VBP equal to VB minus VP. We know that already VBP value 540 equal to VB, speed of the bullet. We don't know that value. Speed of the police van, so that is 30 kilometer, okay, per hour. So I want speed of the bullet VB equal to 540 plus 30. So VB equal to 570 kilometer per hour. So this is the speed of the bullet. Now what we are going to find? The bullet hit the thief car. What is the speed value? Okay, bullet hit the thief car. So B is the bullet, T is the thief car. I am finding relative velocity bullet with respect to thief car VBT equal to VB minus VT. Okay, so we know that VB value 570 minus VT. Thief car speed is 192. So 378 kilometer per hour. So speed bullet with respect to thief car is 378 kilometer per hour. Suppose I am converting into meter per second. So VBT equal to 378. 1 kilometer equal to how many meters? 1000 by per hour equal to 60 into 60 second. So that is converted into meter per second. So here 0 gets the cancel. 3780 by 36. Its value is 105 meter per second inverse. So speed of bullet with respect to thief car is 105 meter per second. That is the speed value. That is the answer. Next question 3.19. Suggest a suitable physical situation for each of the following graph. So this is a graph. We will give the suitable physical situation. Okay. First of all, observe the graph xt. Here x is distance or displacement, t is time graph. So xt graph. This is the path of the graph. I am taking some points. This is the P, this is the Q, this is the R, this is the S, this is the capital T. Okay, so first I am observing P to Q. Okay, from P to Q, time is increases. Understand, this is the time. So time is increases from P to Q, time is increases. What about the distance? What about the distance? Distance is not changes. Means position of the particle is not changes. Time is increases, but position of the particle or distance is not changes. So P to Q, what we are understanding, the particle is in rest position. Okay. For example, I am taking a football. This is the football. This is a wall. Okay. Time is increases from 0 to 10 seconds. But position of the particle or position of the football is not changes. So P to Q is explain the football is in rest position. P to Q. Next Q to R. So from the graph what we are understanding, Q to R, time is increases, but position of the particle is increases. Time is increases, but position of the particle is increases, means position of the particle is changes. So Q to R, position of the particle is changes. So Q to R, one person is hitting this football towards the wall. Okay, football hitting the football. So this particle is moving towards the wall. Okay, so the displacement is changes, the particle position is changes, so the particle gets the speed. Okay, so time is increases, position of the particle is also increases. So this is represented from Q to R. Now I am taking R to S. R to S means what happened? Displacement is gradually decreases. So Q to R, displacement is decreases, even increasing the time. Even increasing the time, position of the particle, displacement of the particle is decreasing. So that is R to S. This is the wall. Here the person is hitting a ball, so the particle is moving this direction. So after hitting the wall, the ball is come to back this direction. Okay, so R to S is the ball, football is moving towards the person. Okay, towards the person. Now observe from S to T. S to T, what happened? From S to T, the particle is moving opposite direction. So this is the wall. This is a person. So particle, the football is travel towards the wall. After hitting the wall, the football is travel towards the person. After, this is the initial position of the football, but the football is traveling up to this distance. Okay, so the particle is cover more distance. Okay, in opposite direction, so that is represent S to T. Okay, after what happened? T, time is increases, the position of the particle is does not change, so the particle is in rest position. Okay. So example for the graph 3.22a is hitting a football. Next figure 3.22b. This graph shows the velocity with respect to time. Okay, velocity with respect to time. For understanding, I am drawing a imaginary lines. Okay, these are imaginary lines. So what happened? Velocity is decreases after increases, decreases, increases, decreases, increases, decreases, increases. So velocity is gradually decreasing and increasing, decreasing, increasing. So example for this graph is rebounds of a ball. I am taking a ball, I am releasing at height from the ground. So the particle is moving towards the ground. When the ball is hitting the ground, it loses some velocity after the particle is moving this height opposite direction. After, okay, so what happened? Every collision with the ground, some velocities lose by the ball. So velocity what happened? Gradually decreases when the ball is hitting ground. Velocity is decreases after increasing. Again the ball is hitting the ground, loses some speed or velocity after again increasing. So this graph is also velocity is decreases, increases, velocity is decreases, increases. So the example for the graph is hitting rebounds a ball. Rebounds a ball is best example for velocity time graph. Next figure 3.21. See, basically this graph acceleration versus time, acceleration versus time, but at this point the particle has maximum acceleration. Up to here acceleration is 0, but at this particular point suddenly acceleration is peak value. So best example for this graph is, this is a ball moving with uniform velocity on ground. Okay, it is actually moving uniform velocity. At particular time suddenly I am applying some force on the ball. What happened? Velocity is changes. So velocity is changes, what happened? Acceleration is also changes. So at this particular point the acceleration is suddenly peak value. Okay, so the particle is gets the maximum acceleration. Okay, that is the example. So this is a ball, it is first moving with uniform velocity. At a time I am applying force, suddenly what happened? Its acceleration value is increases to maximum. Okay, after some time the acceleration gets the slow down. Okay, after what happened? The particle comes to rest. That is the example. Next question 3.20. Figure 3.23. This is the figure 3.23 gives the xt plot. So this is x versus t plot of a particle executing one dimensional simple harmonic motion. You will learn about this motion in more detail in 14th chapter. So 14th chapter name is simple harmonic motion. In that chapter we will completely discuss about simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion is a one type of the motion. Detailedly we will discuss in that chapter. Give the signs of position, velocity and acceleration variables of the particle at t equal to 0.3 second, 1.2 second, minus 1.2 second. At particular these times, okay, 0.3 second, 1.2 second, minus 1.2 second, position and velocity, acceleration of the particle we will explain, that is positive or negative value. So position is positive or negative, velocity is positive or negative, and acceleration is positive or negative. First of all, at time t equal to 0.3 second, at time t equal to 0.3 second. So from the graph, where is 0.3 second? This is the 0 second, this is the 1 second. So this is 0.5 second. So this is the 0.3 second. Okay. At this point, the particle position is positive or negative. At this point, the particle velocity is positive or negative, and acceleration is positive or negative. First I am taking position. Position is denoted by letter x. So x value is, this is the x value. Okay, this is the positive x axis value, this is the negative x axis value. So position of the particle is negative x axis. Okay, so position is negative. Negative sign. What about the velocity? Okay, so velocity is equal to displacement by time. Displacement means nothing but position of the particle or not. So position of the particle is negative. Okay, what about the time? Time is 0.3 second, so that is positive value. So velocity is negative. Okay, so at time 0.3 second, position is negative, velocity is also negative. Okay, what about the acceleration? So I want acceleration A. So in that question already given simple harmonic motion. In case of simple harmonic motion, acceleration A equal to minus omega square x. Omega square is the constant term, so A equal to minus x means displacement or position of the particle, that is also negative. So negative negative what happened? Positive. So acceleration is positive. Okay, so at time t equal to 0.3 second, position is negative and velocity is also negative and acceleration, that is positive. Okay, are you clear? Now similarly at a time t equal to 1.2 second, at 1.2 seconds means this is the 1 second, this is the 2 second. So 1.2 is approximately here. This is the point. So here position of the particle is negative or positive. Next, velocity and acceleration signs. Sign means positive or negative value. So at time t equal to 1.2 second, at time t equal to 1.2 second, first position of the particle. So position of the particle is denoted by letter x. So this is the 1.2 second. So position of the particle is positive x-axis. Okay. So position of the particle is positive. Positive. Next, velocity. What about the velocity? Velocity equal to displacement by time. So displacement is nothing but change in position. So that is positive, okay, by time. Time is also positive, 1.2 second, that is also positive. So positive by positive, what happened? So velocity is also positive. Okay. Next, acceleration. Acceleration A equal to formula minus omega square x. Here negative omega square is constant, and what about the x? X is the position of the particle, so that is the positive. Okay. So total value negative acceleration. So acceleration value is negative. Minus omega square is the constant term, minus into x is the position, that is positive value. So minus into plus, so that is minus negative value. So acceleration is negative value. So acceleration is negative value, velocity is positive, and position is also positive. At time t equal to 1.2 second. Now at time t equal to 1 minus 1.2 second. Okay. At time minus 1.2 second. So this is the minus 1 second. So point is here. That is minus 1.2 second. At this point, position of the particle. Position of the particle is negative x-axis. Position x equal to negative x-axis. Next, what about the velocity? Velocity v equal to displacement by time. Displacement is negative. What about the time? Time is also negative. So negative negative gets cancelled. So velocity is positive. Velocity is positive value. Next, acceleration. Acceleration A equal to formula minus omega square x minus into, this is position of the particle, minus into minus. So acceleration is positive value. At time t equal to minus 1.2 second, position of the particle is negative, velocity of the particle is a positive, acceleration of the particle is also positive. Where all these are finding from the graph only. Depending on the value, we will decide the position of the particle is negative or positive. Next question, 3.21, figure 3.24. This is the figure 3.24. gives the xt plot. This is the x versus t plot of a particle in one dimensional motion. Three different equal intervals of time are shown. This is the first interval, this is the second interval, this is the third interval. These three intervals having equal time. In which interval is the average speed greatest and in which it is the least. So find the which interval average speed is highest and average speed is lowest. Give the sign of average velocity for each interval. Okay. So find the average velocity at each interval with sign. This is the figure. I am drawing a line. Intervals. This is the first interval of time period. This is the second interval of the time period. This is the initial time period. This is the final time period of the particle. Here initial and final both are equal. This is the third time interval. Okay. So I am taking, this is the delta x1, this is the delta x2 of time period 2, this is the delta x3 of the time interval 3. Okay. Observe here, delta x is the change in the distance. Okay. Distance is related to speed or not. This is the delta x1, delta x2, delta x3. Which is greater value? Delta x3 is the greater value. So that is third interval. So at third interval of time period, the particle have high average speed. That is the first point. This is at third interval. Third interval, high average speed. Next, delta x1 is more. Delta x1 means first interval. At first interval of time period of particle have high average speed. First highest average speed is at third interval, second first interval, last one delta x2. At second interval of time period of particle have high average speed. Okay. So first is third interval, next first interval, next second interval. That is the average speed of the order. Okay. Next, find the sign of average velocity. So observe here, delta x. So delta x3 is in negative x-axis. So third interval have average velocity negative sign, because negative x-axis, negative. Next, first interval, second interval, these two are in positive x-axis. So second and first interval average velocity is positive value, because these two are in positive x-axis, delta x3 is in negative x-axis. So average velocity at third interval is negative, first and second interval average velocity is positive. That is the answer. Next question, 3.22, figure 3.25. This is the figure 3.25, gives speed time graph. This is speed versus time graph of a particle in motion along constant direction. Three equal intervals of time are shown. These are three equal intervals of time. In which interval is the average acceleration greatest in magnitude? So in this three interval, which interval has average acceleration is a greater magnitude? That is the first question. Next, in which interval is the average speed is greatest? That is the second question. Choose the positive direction as the constant direction of the motion. Give the signs of v. V means velocity, and a in the three intervals. In these three intervals, velocity and acceleration sign values, whether that is positive or negative. That is third question. Last, what are the acceleration at the points A, B, C, D? Okay, so three intervals, what are the acceleration value at point A, at point B, at point C, at point D? What is the acceleration value at particular point A, B, C, D? Okay, these are the four questions. Give the answer. First question is, in which interval is the average acceleration is greatest? Okay, these are the three intervals 1 to 3. So this is speed versus time graph. So the slope of the speed versus time graph gives the average acceleration. So we are observing the slope along x-axis. So this is the slope. Okay, this is the slope. Here I am taking some angle theta. Next, here slope is like this. This is the second interval of the slope. Next, third interval of the slope is straight line. Here angle is 0, means there is no slope for third interval. So observe here first interval and second interval. So which has maximum angle? Maximum angle is second interval. So second interval of the slope which gives the greatest average acceleration value. So at second interval will gives the average acceleration greatest. Why? Because here slope angle is more, that's why it gives the average acceleration is greatest. Okay, that is the first question answer. Next, second question is, in which interval average speed is greatest? So here three intervals, which interval is highest value? So this is the first interval, this is the second interval, this is the third interval. So third interval has maximum value. Okay, maximum average speed value. Compared to first and second, third interval has maximum average speed. At third interval, will gives average speed greatest. Okay, that is the second question answer. At third interval, average speed is greatest value. At second interval, average acceleration is greatest value. Next, give the signs of velocity and acceleration in 3 intervals. Okay, observe here in the question, the particle is moving constant direction of motion. So here direction of the particle is given. So this can be taken as a velocity time graph, because we are taking direction of the particle is also. So these 3 are the intervals of the particle: first interval, second interval, third interval. So these 3 are y-axis. So these 3 intervals are in positive with respect to velocity. So the first, second and third intervals velocity is positive. So what about the acceleration sign? At first interval, observe the slope. Slope is increasing, so that is positive. Here slope is decreasing, that is negative. At third interval is zero slope, so there is no sign at third interval. So first interval acceleration is positive because slope is increasing. Second interval acceleration is negative. Third interval zero slope. Next, last question, what are the acceleration at the point A, B, C, D? We are going to find at particular point acceleration value. At point A, B, C, D, tangent will be gives the direction of the acceleration value. So at point B, this is okay. At point D, this is the tangent value. At point C, this is the tangent value. At point A, we cannot draw the tangent line. Okay. At point B, at point C, at point D are parallel to x-axis. So at point B, C, D, acceleration value is 0. Okay. At point B, C, D, acceleration value is 0. That is the answer. So students, NCERT access questions are completed. Next video we will start new chapter. Don't miss it.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.